and welcome to another new series, Weird Things I Found. This series will be different from the normal content you expect from this channel, as it is concerned with real weird things, as opposed to the fictional weird things I usually make up in these videos. Of course, these will have themes, because even I have to organize my chaos at some point. But don't worry, there will still be chaos on this channel. Disclaimer, when I use the word weird, I do not mean to disparage anyone or anything I use the term to describe. My definition of weird is out of the ordinary, not bad or anything else negative. This week's theme is skulls. You know the kind. You have one in your body right now, and it contains the thing you use to think about what you're hearing right now. A lot of organisms we know about have skulls, like dogs, cats, probably that moon from Majora's Mask, and an extinct species of jellyfish that ruled over the world along with the Elder Gods. And now it's time for the weird. The first weird thing I present is the crystal skull. If any of you have seen the most recent Indiana Jones movie, you know what I'm talking about. These are hoaxes that were purported to be real ancient Mesoamerican artifacts in the 19th century. Some people claim they have magical powers and possess ancient knowledge. I saw a picture of one once the next day where my fingers was missing, so these are definitely cursed and magical. And they took my finger. Ouch. Next on the weird list is the Toddler Skull. Now most of you watching this have been toddlers at one point, unless you were able to skip that cutscene. During your childhood, a lot of your juvenile teeth are replaced with mature teeth. But until that happens, you have 4 sets of teeth and you're a living nightmare. You just grow those above and below your mouth and keep them there until you start losing the juvenile ones. But what are you using them for before then? My theory is that you're able to communicate with the shadows in the corner of your room with your nightmare teeth. You don't remember because your purpose was served when you were a toddler in service to the shadows. They no longer have need for you, and you are free to live your life blissfully unaware of the dark forces you aided. The final weird thing on the list is the skull cup. Thousands of years ago, ancient people in Britain, India, Tibet, Fiji, and other places would drink blood and alcohol from cups made from skulls. Some of these were war trophies made of the skulls of enemies, and others were used for religious rituals. Imagine going to church and drinking communion wine from the skull of a saint. Probably against the rules, but it would make going to church a lot more interesting. Here are some bonus locations where you can look at skulls and full skeletons to remind yourself of mortality and plunge yourself into an inescapable existential despair. First off is the Siedlec ossuary in the Czech Republic. If you learned about medieval European churches, you might have heard of it. Think bone chandeliers and ceiling decorations, a coat of arms made out of bones, a general spooky vibe, and a woodcarver who was hired to organize all of the bones exhumed a few hundred years earlier and made them into art because he felt like it. 10 out of 10 spooks. Next are the Paris Catacombs. These are much more famous than the ossuary. You've probably heard of them in books like the 39 Clues, or in history class if your teacher was cool like that. This is what happens when you have too many bones of plague victims and nowhere to put them. You make a bone maze to confuse and terrify future generations, and add some hidden tunnels to get people lost because how dare they think they can enter your secret villain lair without falling into a maze trap? There was also a news story about a movie theater hidden in the catacombs, which sounds super cool, and also a good way to get a ghost attached to you. This has been Weird Things I Found, Skulls Edition. If you want more of this, let me know. There's much more where this came from. I've been ReynaduNoctis, currently perceiving the void. Like and subscribe if you want more jokes. Don't subscribe if you're afraid of the truth. And touch the shiny thing. You know you want to. In my next video, I'll be investigating whether plasmas can be used to spy for world governments. I'll see you next time.